These herbs are what we've been using for thousands and thousands of years.
Those holding this Native American ceremony believe a puff of tobacco smoke will cleanse guests taking part. The local mountains take their name from the Ramapough Lenape Nation, but this field, barely an hour's drive from Manhattan, is all that's been left to them. For them, this land is sacred.
What about this land? I mean, how important is that to
Well, it's very important. It's the last drop of land we have that we can openly and freely do ceremony on.
Despite having a permit to use the land for religious and cultural purposes, the tribe started receiving fines and tickets in 2016.
I was surprised at the level of the animosity and the desire to remove us, because if you look at the houses around here, I mean, there's nothing for them to fear. We weren't asking them to move. From day one, it was a desire on their part to basically get rid of us.
The tribe is officially recognized by the state of New Jersey, and its ties to the land, which now sits in the midst of this private gated community, go back generations. The very name of the township, Mahwah, comes from the Lenape word for meeting place.
Nevertheless, their neighbors continued to complain about the gatherings, and the fines began to add up, after a few years totaling more than $4 million. The neighborhood association and the town, neither of whom would speak to Al Jazeera, sued the tribe. But then, a turning point for their legal team. The U.S. Justice Department came to their defense.
When you have the Department of Justice coming in and saying, well, what we see appears to be happening here is a violation of the right to religious freedom, that's something a federal court judge is going to take very seriously.
In a settlement, the township agreed to drop all fines and allow the ceremonies to continue, while the neighborhood association's lawsuit was thrown out of court. Now the tribe is suing the neighbors for violating its right to gather and pray.
I'm hopeful for a better tomorrow. I don't know. It's going to depend on how our neighbors respond. It's just been ugly right up until this moment.
But for now, it seems the tribe's prayers have been answered. Kristen, Saloomey, Al Jazeera, Mahwah, New Jersey.